Hello, welcome back to Froggy Ray Creations. Today, this is a special request, which I love doing anyways, and I'll show you a little bit. So Elissa, not Alyssa, to be confused with Crafting to Cope. This is Elissa from Creative Phenomenon Art. I won a giveaway, and these were things she sent me, which I've done in a previous video. But she asked me to do a swatch, which, if you're unfamiliar with what a swatch is, it's where you test the supplies on paper, or like swatch out the colors. I don't want to say that for anybody who does know. And I wanted to say too that I looked up and made sure, but these are some of the colors that I got from her from a different giveaway a few years ago. So how funny that I won another set, and they're not all the same. I did get some more. There is an extra Bob solution in here somewhere. So I got extra Bob solution, which I'm completely happy with because, you know, obviously it's a giveaway and I won, you know. But I'm happy. And then more Bob. Okay, so we're going to set this to the side for a moment. We're going to start. So we've got three things to swatch. We've got the Caran Dash, which are watercolor crayons. And I am watercolor. I'm going to move this off of here because I think it's very glary. Oh. So these, oh, sorry, Bob. These are literally my favorite, like, watercolor crayons. Watercolor pencils don't really entice me. They have too many scratches and lines or whatever, but these are always, they're creamy. Anyway, you'll see. They're my favorite. And then I have some Prismacolor. So we're going to do the acrylics. We'll do the acrylics last because they take forever to dry. And this sketchbook is it's specific to swatching. So I'm going to kind of show you a little bit, but it's literally just swatching. It might have some random doodles. It's been a long time since I've been in here. So yeah, it's got some random things. I believe this was an oil pastel under here. Oh yeah, that's stuck. So, no, maybe not. I don't know what that is then. Anyway, so when I used to get different kits and stuff, like this is the Kuretake Kansai Tambi set and Arteza watercolors, just random swatching frogs. These are Bob varieties. That's back in 2024. That's funny. This stuff is sometimes very personal because, you know, I'm not paying, like, doing it for, I'm just doing it for me, not really for the world. So just some different ink tints. I believe these are pencils, and you can see they do pretty well. They don't leave that streakiness. I don't even know what this is made of. I didn't even write that down. Anyway, just random things. Illustrative gouache box that I got. Oh, so this is a Caran Dash, just a colored pencil, not their crayon or their watercolor crayons. More ink tints. Daniel Smith, that's another good watercolor company. Uh-oh, here we go. Now we're getting into the... So these are, yeah, see? Creative Art Phenomenon. That's from Elissa. This was the other 5-piece set that I got from her. That's hilarious. And there's proof. That was 2023. Wow. That's 3 years ago, almost. Anyway, oh, this stuff is cool. These are Centerville abstract 3D liners. So they're paint, but they're rough. Yeah, it's like drawing a paint line, and it has texture. Anyway, so we're gonna find, I love Kuromi. We're gonna find a blank area that is big enough to do certain things. Like this is not big enough, I don't think, for all of these. So we're just gonna probably get to a clear page. I'm not gonna go through every single page because there's lots of randomness here. Maybe if I have a clear page. Some fun stuff in here that I was playing around with. And I leave these weird sections, so it's like all over the place, dates and things. And I have that, but I don't know. I think we're just gonna start off. Oh, that page has got all kinds of goo on it from the previous page. Okay, clean slate. Let's go clean. And maybe we'll do the pencils over here and then the watercolor crayons over here. Because this is mixed media paper. I cannot remember if it is... Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, it's Hanamule. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that. 190 GSM, but it's 90 pounds. So it was from, I believe it was from Sketchbox. But anyway, it's specific to swatching. So whatever. We're going to do that. So let's move these. I have a whole weird process when I do this stuff. And I don't like to do it on this side. I don't know why. It just feels weird, but we're going to do that. So these are the Prismacolor portrait set colored pencils. And so we're just going to go through and satisfy Elissa's swatch brain, because she's like me, we love to swatch our supplies. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my coffee. I feel like my brain's not working correctly yet. Okay, so this is light peach. Nice, I like it. I don't want to put them back in there because then I'll get mixed up. Cream. Jasmine. Oh, I didn't realize jasmine was like a, it looks like more like a light ochre to me, but anyway. This is yellow ochre, so you could see it's kind of like light. I didn't know jasmine was that color. For some reason, I thought jasmine was like a purple color. How silly. Okay, goldenrod. These are perfect for skin tones. Like, they did a good job with this set. There is one color in here underneath that I'm a little confused by, but, you know, I'm not a big portrait person. Sand. I'm giving it like a medium pressure. I'm not doing like a specific, you know, swatch where you do it over a black line and have all the, I'm not doing it as fancy. I'm sorry, Elissa, if that bothers you. But I just, yeah, I was kind of rushing. I wasn't thinking. What did I say that was? Pink. This is blush pink. For when you're doing some cheeks. Face cheeks. Sorry, that came out weird. Pink rose. Oh, I like that color. I love the more muted kind of, I'm very much into macabre, the Halloween stuff. So this is salmon pink. My son calls it salmon. He's so silly. He does it on purpose. He knows how to pronounce it, but he knows it drives me crazy, so he calls it that. Beige. Oh, and we're going to get perfect almost in a whole row. All right. Well, 12 and then the next 12. This is peach. Then we have a light peach? Yeah, at the front. Okay. I'm not sure about their whole, I like that color. Their whole, and you can see they're not really crummy. That's kind of nice. I like that about Prismacolor. But they're not like in a, I don't know, they don't feel like they're in like an order to me. I did move the light peach to the front because I was coloring in a little stamp that I have that I was coloring in the face of, and I thought the light peach was a good color for it. So I did move it, I guess, from back here to here, so the light peach was near there. That's so random and not necessarily your information you need to know. Okay. So that's the first 12, and here are the second 12. I'm going to move this off because I think it's going to be glary. All right, so now we've got some more of your darker colors. We've got rosy beige. Am I still on camera here? Yes. Oh, that's a nice color. I like that one. I don't know if you can see that very well. Okay, now we've got clay rose. Nice. This is the one I'm confused about. It's indigo blue. I mean, I guess maybe for shading or something, because they didn't include a black. So I guess that could work, but it's just interesting. Light umber. Burnt ochre. They're just so creamy. I don't know if anybody's ever used Prismacolor, but I love these pencils. Sienna brown. But this is also good paper for it because it has like a little bit of texture to it. So it's got like, it's a toothy paper so it can grab the color. Terracotta. I love terracotta. Especially like real terracotta pots. Ugh. Can't talk. Okay. This is henna, which I've seen people with the henna, you know, tattoos or whatever, and that does not look like that color. Maybe I'm wrong. Tuscan red. This is going to be like a nice darkish. Oh. They do smear because they're so soft. Gotta be careful. Dark umber. And then the last one, dark brown. And I say last one because, wow, this is dark brown, but that's darker. Interesting. But this is white, and white is not, I mean, we'll do it, but you're not really going to see it. Like, it's more for highlights and stuff. You can kind of see it through some of the other colors, but you're not really going to see it here. So it's kind of pointless to do that. But those are the Prismacolors. Normally I would write down all the little colors, but I think what I'll do is just put Prismacolor portrait set, and then I'll know. I'm so sorry, this is like the slowest process, but I gotta get them back in so I can move on to the next thing. I guess it doesn't matter their order. They get mixed up and mixed around anyways when people, you know, when you're creating stuff. All right, so that one is finished. And I might be able to actually, you know what I'll do? I'll save this section for the 8 acrylics. That's what I'll do. Because this side I feel like it's going to need some room, because now we're going to get into some watery business. Now, I don't really have like I'm sure this is going to drive some people insane of how I do watercolor, but it's just my way. So I'm sorry, Elissa, if this drives you crazy, but I use other brushes at times, but because I don't want, I'm trying to, you know, do this in a timely fashion, I don't want to do the whole water cup thing, you know, because you got to have your clean water and then your dirty water, and then I just don't want to do that right now. So I'm going to go with the sketch box that's rubbing off now, because this is like freaking, I don't even know, probably 10 years old. And we'll get a little thing going. But that's what I do. And especially when I'm junk journaling and stuff, because I don't want to get the whole shebang out. I don't really know. I know this will probably drive Elissa crazy because she likes to set her stuff up in an orderly fashion, but I'm gonna wing it here. We're just gonna do the best we can quickly, because I'm not, oh, I thought it broke. They're so fragile. Stay in your lane, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah, so that you do not belong together. Calm down. Even though those two are together, that's like my favorite colors. That's funny that they did that. Like they have a mind of their own. Anyway, I'm just a mess over here. All right, what are we looking for? Let's go with the purples, I guess. Purpley-ish. So she just shared these with me because she had extras, and so I guess we'll do brown, and then we're gonna have to put these off to the side because there's no room in the box still. Well, I guess we could put the silver and the white in there. Get out of here, lid. I don't even know what I was talking about because I'm just all over the place. Yeah. Okay, whatever. We'll do that and that and that. Okay, so obviously white isn't gonna work very well, but I will show you how it can look, like how it can distress stuff after. Okay, so basically all you're gonna do, this one is salmon. You're gonna color, and you can color hard or soft. Again, this paper is really, really, really perfect for it because it's toothy. So see how it looks? It looks like a crayon. But then when you take your water to it, it does this cream effect where it just kind of blends it all together. And see how all the lines are gone? You don't see where it looks like a coloring thing anymore. Like a crayon. All right, that's what we're doing. So here's the yellow. I guess I can tell that. And then what we'll do is we'll just color, we'll mark them all out, and then we'll go back and golden ochre. And then we'll go back and wet them. I just love how they feel. They're so, so creamy. And some of them have broken, so you can see she's taped them up because they are very fragile. This is light, fast orange. We'll try to leave a little space in between because they do, you know, the water kind of makes them spread a bit. This is flame red. It looks very much just like an orange to me, but whatever they want to call it. This is a light cadmium red. Very pretty color. And then this one is crimson alizarin. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. What are you? Well, I'll paint from other pages because, you know, it's a true artist's problem. When you start painting, you paint literally everywhere. This one, I think this one is going to be sky blue, if I remember correctly. Let me try to not, yeah, sky blue. What did I do? I did this and this, so now we're here. Okay, trying to keep them, gotta keep it separated. Yes, it made me think of that song. Okay, periwinkle blue. And then, oh, I think it's lilac, but the glare, I'm blind, I can't see. That one, normally they're very creamy. That one was a little not so. I believe that this is just, let me check this one. Yeah, this is burnt sienna. I think this is just straight up brown, if I remember correctly. Okay, and oh my, it's all the way around the outside. Yeah, just straight up brown. This one is really good washi. I might have to redo some of these. I think they've been in use so much. Yeah, this is another one that feels just a little bit scratchy. It should still blend though. And then we've got the burnt sienna. And you can see the difference of this burnt sienna and then this burnt sienna. It's like very dissimilar. But they're different brands, so that's what's going to happen. This is a silver gray. This is another one that it doesn't show up very well on the paper. It shows up, but not super well. But these two are really good for like book pages if you want to get a good like distress on it and not use, not mentioning any names, but you know, some more expensive brands of distressing things because some of that is a little pricey. I have glitter everywhere because I just opened a birthday challenge entry and Angela's card had so much glitter on it, which I love glitter, but it gets everywhere. So you can see in some of the colors that are lighter, you can't tell, but see how it just erases all of those lines. I like to do this with this because later I'll use my napkin to, or my paper towel in artwork, in junk journaling, because when it dries, it looks so cool with all the different colors. I just love how these just magically, just the lines all just go away. Seriously, one of my favorite mediums is watercolor, and out of watercolor, the Kuretake Gensai Tombi watercolors, they're in these longer, thicker pans. They have this granulating kind that I'm absolutely in love with, but this is definitely my second choice because they're just too pretty. Oh, and look at that. I know we didn't add the other colors. We're going to. But it starts to look like a beautiful mess. And you don't even, like, I'm not even pressing hard. I'm just giving it, like, a good amount of water just to activate it. So you don't really, you're not, like, scrubbing it as hard even as you did the pencil or the crayon itself. So it's really a very light just swirl. Also with swatching, because I'm doing all of this like scratchiness, I don't really like to use my good paint brushes for it because it just feels, I don't know, feels like it's gonna mess up the bristles. Although this thing, I tell you, I've used every single time I swatch, and it's lasted like a long time. I know I should not have said that because now he's probably gonna croak on me, but no offense, Bob, for the croaking. Okay. Lime green. Oh, that's super creamy. I love that. And then we have, I believe this is just grass green. Yep. Another one, super creamy. And moss green. And not that I'm trying to give an instructional on watercolor or anything like that, because I'm not. Jade green. But I do want to show a couple of things that you can do with these if you don't want to do, you know, if you don't want to color it on the page. This is Prussian blue or Prussian blue? I don't know, however you pronounce it. This one is really pretty blue. I like that. And this is, oh, I can't remember what that said. I think it's grayish black. Yeah, grayish black. Huh. Super creamy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color these out, and then I might fast forward this part of the video just because it's just adding water, and it's unnecessary. All the lines are gone. Definitely, yes, balance. We'll speed through this one. That one is a good one. Okay. All right, so then those are my Caran Dash, which is a really nice, like, good set. Like, even though it's all been randomly kind of, like, given to me, it really, like, it works. So I'm going to take one of these and just show, because you don't have to just color on there and then do that. We'll go with the purple. So you can actually take it and apply the water directly to the pencil or crayon and still color with it. Or you can take these, and they have these toothy palettes that you can scratch it on, filled up all your colors there. Some of these work, sometimes the palette, like just different little palettes, you just draw on it and then you can dip your color in it. Or I've seen people, which this terrifies me, but they cut chunks off. Ugh, I would never. The only thing is when you do use it with your, you know, paintbrush onto this directly, you do want to let it dry before you go and put it away, because it can be, one, very messy, and also, depending on where you live, it can get moldy, and you don't want that. Even though it's easy to clean off, it's just easier if you just let it dry. So anyways, that is all there is about that. I mean, I know there's so much more you can learn about watercolor, but this is not a watercolor tutorial. I'm definitely not a watercolor expert. I just know a little bit because I watch stuff about it because I like it. All right, so we're going to go back to my most ridiculous page. And this is when we will have to get some type of, well, we might be all right. We'll see. I might do a new, so this is quite damp. We'll get a new thing here. I'm trying to move it over. All right, so we're not going to swatch the original set that she gave me. We're going to only swatch the ones that I got for this giveaway. I don't know how to best do this. So we'll just pull all the tubes over and we'll go from there. Although with the white, because they are the same white, this one's already been opened, I'm going to use this one and not this one. But again, white on here, you're not really going to tell. You're not really going to see it. So we'll start with it. But it's really good to blend with. You can make, you know, obviously you can make tons of other colors. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten like a Q-tip. Or, what? Toothpick. Sheesh. But you can kind of see it, I guess. It's a little, I don't know how. I don't typically like to use my this watercolor pen with it because I don't want it to become watery or runny, because then that kind of makes the paint weird. But we're just gonna go with it for now because I don't want to get all my brushes out and stuff. I'm trying to get just the tiniest little bit there. Okay, good. So that was titanium white, and this one is cadmium yellow primrose. And then this one is going to be that manganese blue hue, which is so freaking pretty. I don't know why, but it's just so gorgeous. I just realized that I'm like going in all sorts of order, but I don't know. My life is chaotic and I paint and draw and junk journal like that. And you know what? I'm okay with it. So it's okay. There's some Bob solution. Oh boy, that's a lot of, don't use all the Bob solution. Oh, that's going to make a giant mess. We're going to have to do something different with that. Oh, what is happening? Anyway, we'll have to perform a miracle over here. Might have to make some Bobs out of that little bit in the lid there because I don't like to waste it, especially the Bob solution. So this one is cadmium red light. It's from the landscape set. So, yep, landscape set. This is ultramarine blue. This is like one of the, if you get the regular, just generic, basic color set, I guess not generic, but these are this is definitely one of the colors that you'll get out of it because it is, they're just plain, you know, blue. And then this is their red, the alizarin crimson hue, which is similar to this particular one, but you'll see from a different brand, it's a touch bit different. Maybe. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. guess, you know what? Maybe a Q-tip would be a good plan, just to get it to, we'll just do it. Okay, so here's the yellow again. And you can see, like, I've already put them down on the paper. But normally, like other acrylics, these would be dry by now. Like me, all this time that I've taken to go and just do them all out, they would be completely dry right now. And I would not be able to move them around at all. They would have become little hard rocks. Look at that color. I just love it. It's like a cerulean kind of color. That's what it just gets so filled up in the paint. This is the, what was it called? Yellow ochre. It kind of matches that a bit. Lots of paint to get off of the brush. Ugh. And we're out of water. That's why I brought my little water filler upper. I know it would have been so much easier if I'd have just brought a stupid cup. But I just didn't want to. All right, this is Bob Solution. Sap Green. It's a very, I want to try to get it down to a lighter shade, because you can get it to a lighter shade, but just look at how pretty that color is. Anybody that loves greens, gotta love a good sap green. I've made a very long bob. Okay, that's pretty. That's that cadmium red light. And see how they're drying, and like, it's just so cool. It's gonna become, I'll flip it over later after that side dries and use that other side, and then they become their own little art pieces. These are all dry now. This is the ultramarine. Uh-oh, it got a lot of water in there. I didn't mean to do that. But that's all right. We'll just go with it. All right, and then we got, let's dry that off a little better. We got the alizarin here. Yeah, these take, I don't know, not super long to dry, but a fair amount of time. So you want to be careful if you're doing junk journaling with the Golden Open, because it's not quick drying at all. It'll be a couple of like hours before that's all, especially in the thicker parts. Maybe some of these, like down here, it's already started to dry, but for some of the other areas, like the white, it's pretty thick. So this is my swatching. Elissa, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it satisfied the swatching itch. I apologize if it frustrated you in any way that I do it a little different. Because I don't think that I've ever shared a swatching video. I think this is my very first one. So thank you again, Elissa, for all the wonderful prizes that I won. And I guess, yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.